Hello and welcome to this YouTube video about focusing on the root cause of the problem. So, as always, thank you all for tuning in. And today we're going to be talking about focusing on the root cause of the problem. And this is a very interesting topic that you can apply in both business and life. I don't really have an agenda for this video, so I'm just going to try to speak from my heart, I guess, to show you guys what I actually mean by this and how you can use it and how you should use it in your life and business. Right, so focusing on the root cause of the problem. What does this mean, right? Let me give you an example. So someone might be saying, oh, my back hurts, and I don't know why, and right, my back hurts. So that's the problem, right? The problem is that the back is hurting. And then when someone has a back that is hurting, most people will just turn to the pills and just say, my back is hurting, I'm just gonna pop some painkillers and then it's gonna be all good, right? But in my opinion, that is a very, very wrong way to look at it, because there's kind of multiple aspects of that. But let's take the same example. The thing with doing this is taking the painkillers is the easy way out, because you can just take a pill and then your problem will temporarily magically appear or disappear, And that's kind of the easy way out. Instead, you should actually look at the root cause of the problem. So why is my back hurting? Oh, my posture may be shit. Oh, I may be doing some sort of weird exercise that encourage me to have a bad back, So instead of actually just saying, oh, you know what, I'm just going to take the easy way out, pop some pills, and then it's going to be all right, all good. No, you should focus on the root cause of the problem. And you should always be doing that. So why is this problem occurring, right? And if you think about it, that's also the reason why, the medical, I think it's called the medical industry, is so big, because people just love taking pills. Now I know that some pills you need to take in order to actually solve the problem, and there might not be another way around it. But for the most part, people love just taking pills because, they have a headache. I see this so many times, someone saying to me oh, you know what, I got a headache, and I've had that for a long time. That's just how life is now, and I'm just taking these pills, and yeah, that's just how life is. And I'm kind of there well, why don't you try to look at the root cause of the problem? So why do you have a headache? Oh, maybe that's because you only drink a liter of water a day, right? But how can you actually use this? In my own life and my own business, I always try to focus on the root cause of the problem. So why does the problem occur, right? Why? Why do I have this problem? Why am I back hurting? Why is my head hurting? Instead of just jumping to the quick solution, I'm gonna look at it okay, why does this thing happen? Why is my back hurting? Why do I have a headache? Why is this business not working? Something like that, right? And it's really, really a powerful way to do it, because if you actually look at the reason of the problem occurring, you can fix the problem entirely, because the painkillers and the pills is only gonna be a temporary solution, because you're kind of neglecting actually looking at the problem and being okay, I got this problem. I've had a headache multiple times for the last 4 months. Okay, I now need to sit down, use my brain power and think, okay, why is this thing happening, right? And most people don't want to do that, because that is hard, that is resistance, and that is not the easy way. And people are, of course, trained to take the easy way, right? If you think about it, all business is about is making other people's lives easier and better. So of course, people invented pills because people are just going to take them and love them because that's the easy way out. So you kind of have to like resist the force, I guess you can say, and like look at why the problem is occurring. So let's jump into some examples here. As I mentioned, I don't have an agenda, so I'm just gonna try to whip something up right here. Okay, so let's see, what could that example be? Business related. Let me think for a moment here. Okay. So let's just say that a business is business struggling with sales, right? Sales is hard, right? Sales suck. They're actually at the point of now crying because sales suck so much, right? So sales is sucking mass dick, right? It sucks, right? And then most people will probably just think like, I just need to take some course like video course. That's the solution, right? And that's gonna fix my business, right? We're just gonna take some video course, and then I will know how to sell because that's easy. I'm just gonna watch a couple of hours of video course of some fancy guy actually telling me how do I sell, right? And then people will take the course, right? So let's draw the average Joe Smo here. Okay, that was really bad. I'm not really used to drawing this much, guys. So this is the average Joe Smo, right? No hate offense, or no offense, of course. And he's now watching this. Can I make a 3D screen here? Oh, I can. All right, and he's now watching. He's watching sales, right? How to sell. I'm actually really good at drawing. So he's now watching how do I sell. He's watching the course. How do I get better at selling? And overall just educating himself. Now, some might argue that this is the right thing to do, but it's still kind of coping. Let me tell you why. So, another thing he could do is just like also just read books about it, right? He might be thinking, I'm stuck at sales, I'm gonna just read some sales books, and because that feels nice, I'm gonna sit in the sun and just read. And of course that will hopefully fix my problems. That's what the brain is thinking. But what the average Joe Smo here is not realizing is, by him actually just looking at some video course and reading a book on sales, and hopefully that will fix his problems, that's actually just called coping, right? Alright, wrong spelling. That's just coping. Now what is coping? What does coping mean? Coping basically means that like you have a problem, something that you know you need to fix, and then you're kind of doing all of these other activities that kind of look like it, but ain't really like, you know you ain't supposed to do them, but you're like kind of doing them because your brain tricked you into thinking that it was the right thing. So if we actually Google what is coping, see what comes up. Okay, so that's not really like the same here. Yeah, coping is defined as the thoughts and behaviors mobilized to manage internal and external stressful situations. Let's see here. Yeah, to deal with an attempt to overcome difficulties. And you're kind of just coping around the thing you know you need to fix. All right? So, Joe here, let's name him Joe. Joe is now just coping without him realizing. He don't even know that he's coping, but he really is. Right? So, what should Joe actually do? Instead of just watching all of these videos and reading all of these useless books, like, okay, he got a problem, he's bad at sales, right? So what should he do? Now, it kind of depends on what kind of sales he's bad at. If it's like high ticket closing, like on video conferences, or is it like on the phone selling? So let's just go on the phone, with the phone first. So instead of the average Joe Smo going on YouTube, let me see here, how to sell on the phone. Right, instead of the average Joe Smo going on here, watching some garbage YouTube video, like he's literally gonna waste his time because I just get to sit back, relax, and just listen to what Sales Insights Labs has to say about this, right? All right. So instead, what he should actually just do is just pick up the phone, right? Like, it's super simple. Let's see if I can draw a phone here. Okay, this is all the apps. Let me actually zoom in here. So this is all the apps. Like, he got his Facebook, he got his Instagram, and his phone app. So he should actually just use his phone, right? And then dial. You should just dial some more, right? Because what him actually dialing like 50 to 100 leads every day is gonna make him such a better salesman instead of just watching a course, because he's now out in the field practicing what is going wrong. And he should not only just dial, he should also record it, because then he gets to listen back. Everything is everything in life is feedback. You have to look down at your calls and be like, okay, what did I do wrong and what did I do good here? Even if he closed the deal, he has to think about, okay, how could I have closed it easier? How could I have gotten the prospect to say like, okay, let's do this, instead of like, okay, it sounds cool. So he actually has to record all of his calls as well to actually now notice his own patterns, because him just dialing, again, his brain is just going to trick him into like thinking like, oh, I'm doing good and I need a break now, blah, blah, blah. So record his calls and watch them back, and actually take a notepad, write down what did I do good, what did I do wrong, right? When I'm selling, I'm recording every single sales call I have. And then I'm actually watching it back. I have it scheduled in my calendar once every 2 weeks to actually sit down for like 2 to 3 hours and just watch my sales calls and just note like, what did I do good, what did I do bad? Because I'm gonna have so much more leverage, because now I can see myself from the third eye perspective. It's called the general's perspective. Let me see if I can Google it. Exactly. So this is kind of like a weird way of saying it, because let's see here. Anyways, the general's perspective, it's basically just like, let's just take the average Joe here as an example. Just move in a bit down here. And now this looks kind of creepy. And now future Joe is looking at Joe down here, right? He's looking at Joe like, okay, how is Joe doing on the phone? Okay, Joe is trying to close deals. Okay, but now future Joe is looking at current Joe, looking like, okay, how is he doing? And I could also like imagine this myself. I'm gonna close my eyes right now and think about myself standing right behind me, actually seeing myself recording this YouTube video and how I look. So I can take a mental image of that and then see, okay, how is my posture right now? How am I speaking? How am I using my gestures? Like, am I failing the words? Am I speaking concisely? Like, how am I actually doing? So we kind of got on a side tangent here, but it's still like focusing on the root cause of the problem. So Joe is actually just hitting the nail instead of just being like, I just need to take some pills, which in this form is just watching some YouTube and reading some dumb books, because there is not a single sales book that is gonna give you more experience than actually just doing 1,000 cold calls. Like, there is not a single book that's gonna give you the amount of experience doing 1,000 cold calls well. Doing 1,000 cold calls well. Don't judge me, guys. All right. So that was the sales example. Let's see if I can come up with another example here. Let me just pause the video and get some coffee. All right. So another example is in the fitness industry, right? Oh boy, this is a good one. Right. So people want to build muscle. Let's see here. Let me build Joe again. So we got Joe here. All right. And yeah, Joe, he's looking all sleek now, right? Oh, that's maybe a bit too long. This is his hand. This is his other hand. And now this is his big muscles, right? So now Joe's actually ripped now, right? Which is awesome. Joe went to the gym, he got ripped, and he also got a new haircut, as you can see here. Let's just call him Joe here again. Right, so how did Joe actually get ripped? The thing is, people want to get ripped. Everyone wants to have the good body, the good muscles. Like, I'm working on it, guys. Everyone wants to have the good muscles and look good, because that is respected. And of course, why is that respected? Because it's scarce, right? Not everyone can have the good body, because no one is willing to do the hard work, right? And then there's kind of like, there is like only one way you can build a good body. Like, you can go to the gym, eat right, sleep good, and work out really hard and do progressive overload. That's it. That's how you get bigger in the gym and build muscles, right? But then the fitness industry came along and said, do you know what? People don't really have to go through all the suffering and the pain, and we're just gonna make some sort of product here. I'm just gonna draw it now. Let me actually make it a bit bigger here. I'm really getting my drawing skills up here. And then we're just gonna have a cap here. And yeah, imagine this a bottle, right? And then gonna write in here. Right. So now people can actually just take a pill and then lose weight. So now we got fat burners, right? And there's two ways. I don't know if this shit works. It probably doesn't. But somehow the supplement companies still actually make people believe that you can just take a pill and then you'll lose your fat. So now we got fat burners, and we're basically telling people like, hey, you can just take these pills and your fat will literally just burn like that, right? And the average Joe Schmo is like, oh my God, the easy way out. I love that, right? So he's just going to take these pills. Joe's going to be like all happy here, like big smile on Joe's face, because now he can just take these pills and then he will lose his fat body, right? Joe is currently super fat, which sucks. And So now he can just take some fat burners and like get rid of all of the fat here. Of course, that's not how it works, and he's gonna end up getting scammed. But again, this is just not focusing on the root cause of the problem. So the problem is he's fat. Now he's putting all of his focus on the fat burners, where he should actually put his focus on this thing, right? He probably knows that he comes here a bit too much, right? Because he's probably an idiot and goes to McDonald's a bit too much. Wow, I'm really great at drawing. So he probably goes to McDonald's a bit too much, let's be honest. And he eats like shit and feels like shit. And then he gets introduced to fat burners, and I'm like, okay, you know what? McDonald's is the easy way out. It's easy to just go there, buy some crap food and just eat it instead of actually cooking a meal yourself, getting the groceries, washing up the pans, all of the stuff. So he's already used to taking the easy way out. And now he's also doing it with his fat burners here, because he's just eating fat burners instead of actually doing the exercise he knows he needs to do. And if Joe really think with his brain, he would know that, okay, in order to lose weight, what do I have to do? Well, I probably gotta stop eating so much McDonald's, right? So Joe actually knows that he needs to cut out all of this. Joe knows that he needs to cut out all of this McDonald's. And it's actually interesting. If you Google, how big is the supplement industry? Let's see here. Okay, so as of right now, it's probably about 40 billion, a $40 billion industry, and it's only going to rise because people are getting dumber and dumber, right? And as you can see, like, it's growing in a rapid phase, like, but also do note that, like, we got vitamins and all of this stuff here. Let's see which one of these is actually growing more. Okay, this might not be a super legit chart, but the thing is, like, if you just Google fitness supplement industry size, let's see here. You can see here, right, on this very legit report, like, how it is going to grow. So this is, of course, like, what is this? 75? No, it's not. Is it 75 billion? Nah, it can't be. I don't know. It's probably 70. Let's just say 75 billion. $75 billion industry. And like in 2031, it's going to be a $1.4 trillion industry. Because it's way easier to consume supplements rather than actually getting in the gym and working out. Right? So people are actually like just taking the easy way out again. Like Joe here. So the point of this video is basically just for you, if you know you have a problem, instead of you just thinking, okay, how can I get rid of this here and now? Think about, why is this problem occurring? Why is Joe fat? It's because he's going to McDonald's every fucking day. It's not because like some magic spell gods want him to be fat or Lord knows what, right? So always focus on the root cause of the problem. Why is my lead bad? Well, maybe your marketing needs to be improved, right? Why am I bad at sales? Well, it's probably because like I don't have enough confidence. Why is my muscle small? Because you don't work out. Why am I fat? Because I eat too much McDonald's. Why do I have a headache? Well, probably because you don't drink enough water. So instead of just focusing on the quick, easy way out, focus on the root cause of the problem. Always take the hard way. Because I think Naval Ravikant said this in his book. Hard times, easy life, something like that. Naval Ravikant. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. This one. Oh, easy choices. Can I zoom in? Okay, I can't. Let's actually find this for you guys here. Why won't it let me zoom? There we go. So as you can see here, zoom a bit out. We got easy choices now, which leads to a hard life. Then we got hard choices now, leading to an easy life. So the easy choices is basically just Joe going to McDonald's and just eating like shit. That's an easy choice instead of actually cooking the meal. And what is that gonna end up? Well, he's gonna end up with a hard life of being super overweight and having diseases and diabetes and all of this other bull crap. He could also like take the hard choice of cooking a healthy meal, preparing and thinking about, okay, what ingredients do I need? Okay, I need a pan, I need some olive oil to actually cook it in. That's the hard thing to do. And well, he's gonna have an easy life because now he's not overweight. So when taking decisions, think about this chart here. Always take the hard choice, right? So if you found this video helpful, please follow me here on the channel. And if you run a coaching / consulting business that helps other people, and you are doing at least $5,000 per month with a high ticket product, you should visit the description right now and opt in for my freebie VSL. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get you to request a credentials call with me to actually see if we could be a potential partnership, because I run a full stack growth agency where I help people basically with all the client acquisition part. So I do the organic content on your social media, I run your ads, I build your funnels, I set up all of the tracking, like everything. You only have to deliver your product, that's it. So if that is you, make sure to opt in, see what it's all about. And yeah, thank you all for, if you made it this far, you have to subscribe and like. And yeah, thank you for watching this video.